Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I am back on this camera today, tonight, to give an update. Today is, I believe, it's June 29, 2026, and the time is about, I don't know, let me check. It's 8 p.m. and 45 minutes, so it's getting the evening. Today I spent the whole day pretty much watching the game. I watched, like I said, I really don't want to show the video on my camera because I get incorporated a small tiny video. I get incorporated all the time, so I muted my other video. So earlier I was watching today. So the match this week, the match is gonna be knockouts. So they have down to 32 teams, and they are going now. They're narrowing down to 16 teams. So it's going to be a very, very interesting game. Now, that being said, today the game was very interesting that I just watched. It was between Germany and Paraguay. Remember, US beat Paraguay, and Germany and Paraguay, they had 1-1. But so because they had 1-1, they kept on extending the game over 90 minutes. They played like 122 minutes total. They went on to the penalty, and yeah, it was a crazy game. It was very boring, not that good game, but it was kind of interesting how they had it dragged on. So Germany is gone, Germany is out, is going home, and today I'm about to watch Morocco. Morocco is playing with what's the other team they are playing with? Netherlands. Okay, so just so you know that last time I had my chair over there. My chair was over there, right? And the what is it? The projector was on that side. Then it was projecting on this wall, but it was really annoying, not that good, so I did not enjoy it. It was very tight, so I came up with an idea. Why not shift the entire screen to the other side? So that way it does, and this is how it looks like. Or I like shift the entire, instead of like watching from that side over there, watch from this side. So I switched everything. Now it looks fantastic. Like, I love it. I'm gonna turn off this. I wanna go back out real quick. So I'm gonna incorporate it to show you how I did this. So go back. Go back. There you go. Okay, so that way it doesn't get cooperated with the FIFA World Cup team. So here it is, right? So here you have the chair. The chair moved from this side to this side, right? This is the chair. It's like across the wall, and it's behind the window. Then this is the light. So if you see me getting bright in your face, this is the light. And this is the television over here. And that is the background of the projector. Projector is down here. Down here behind the camera, behind the table, and the TV. I already use this TV as much. All right. So this gave me the huge room. Here you have the room of this table, and then I have the room of putting the chair, this chair which I'm using. So I put my legs on this chair when I'm watching the TV, and also I do applications. Today was very, very amazing because I was able to apply for different jobs, because I was just sitting here watching the game over there while I'm applying for jobs. So that's pretty much it. Today in the evening, I just received a job recommendation from Amazon, which I'm about to apply right now and see how it goes. Other than that, I'll talk about something good. I'll talk about something else before I go on dive into whatever I was supposed to share today. So I turn the camera back. I turn the camera backwards so you can see this is what it looks like, right? It's very organized. I like it. I don't know why it's so bright. There we go. It's organized, and then you can see the lighting here. Then you have the table, and then if I sit on this couch, right, from this side, if I turn off the lights here, And then here as well by spinning. So now you can see the theater. This how cool it looks like. This is a true real theater. Like if I move this chair on this side, this is a very low budget theater. Like, I don't need a $100,000 an $800 TV. Look at that. So I go to YouTube. I click on YouTube. Also, the lights in the kitchen is turning on. So I'm gonna turn this lights off. So now it looks so much beautiful. So from a distance, I'm sitting on a chair right now. I'm gonna turn on my YouTube account, right? And I'm gonna go to whatever I'm showing here. And I'm gonna click on that, and look at that. So it's muted. This video. Welcome to Washington DC. It's 11:08 here in DC. Look at that. The temperature is 85 degrees. Isn't that cool? So it's like it's like a theater. Too cold, not too warm. It's really perfect at this time. Then I have early in the day. I have now it's good. The sky is clear. Very clear, beautiful. Not raining. I don't think there's anything. I have a speaker down here. That being said, it's really very nice. So everything is connected on this side, right? So I have this is for boosting. I have speaker here, and I have speaker here, and I have the projector, the TV, and yeah, about pretty cool. Pretty cool. At the end of June, so you watch this video on time. But the day before yesterday, I haven't seen what came out of it. That's what I wanted to say, and I'm gonna probably go back out. And so I am back. That's pretty much what I wanted to share about these updates, and I saw it does really. This thing is putting my face like this. So today I want to share something very important, because if I don't, I'll forget. Okay, tomorrow I have a conference with AWS, so I'm gonna be going there to attend. But I need to reduce my exposure. Much better. So here is what I'm going to share today. United States has a history of having the railway roads. Railway roads have been US is the first country in the world to expand railway roads since 1800s. And this week I just found out that there are two major railroads that are going to be merging. And today I want to talk about this merger and what could be the potential. Whether do I recommend this merge or do I go against it? Okay. But first, I want to talk about the history of railway roads. US has two major railway roads. One is called the Norfolk Southern. The other one is also called Union Pacific railway roads. Okay, these two serve two major regions in the United States. You have the eastern, and then you have the western. Okay, now railway roads were very important in the US back in the 1800s because of the industrial revolution, industrial boom between 1800 to 1890s, before the financial crisis of the United States, financial crisis of 1890s. Now, recently, from 1950s or so, moving forward, US has cut back in investing in this huge infrastructure of railway roads, and they shifted to invest more in national security. And this national security includes things like spying and investigations, things that involves collecting the data. and that's where we see tech company born. So we see Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, right? And the tech people get paid a lot of money. Back in the day, if you finish high school and you want to work in in the manufacturing industry, you get a job because there was a lot of jobs. You didn't have to have any experience, any degree. Today, the jobs have shifted towards from manual labor to more towards the software industry, right, where you need to think about your brain. So the reason why this industry booms so fast is because of the CIA and the Pentagon and the government of the United States and the Army getting more money to invest in this industry. Now, the railroads started going bankruptcy over time, and they struggled a lot. Okay. So here I have the historical part of the Norfolk Southern and the historical part of the Western Pacific part. Okay, the Norfolk Southern system often associated with the Norfolk, which was due to the historical roots in Norfolk, Virginia. It is one of the America's premier class 1 freight railroads. It traces its modern formation to 1982. Merger of two massive historical railway systems. Okay, it's also known as Norfolk Southern Corporation, which was officially created on June 1st, 1982, as a holding company, and it combines the two giants. Okay, the two giants was the Southern Railway, which connected the U.S. Southeast with extensive railway lines reaching the Midwest, tracing some of its ancestral lines back to the 1830s, so a long time ago. The Norfolk and Western Railroads, which NW, was a major coal hauling powerhouse with deep ties to the Appalachian coal fields and headquarters in Roanoke, Virginia. I talked about this in the past, how West Virginia used to be part of the Appalachia used to have a lot of coal mines. It's still there to this day, but it doesn't have as much power, right? So the two railroads operated independently under the same umbrella until they were fully unified into the Norfolk Southern Railway Company in 1998. Okay, the original Norfolk Southern Railroad traces back to the Elizabeth City and Norfolk Railroad, chartered in 1870s and completed in 1881 to connect Norfolk, Virginia to Elizabeth City, North Carolina. Elizabeth City is on a coast at the ocean of North Carolina. After multiple receiverships, expansions, and recognitions, the original Norfolk Southern was acquired by Southern Railway in 1974. Okay, so that's the history of the Norfolk Southern. Okay, which is the major railroad that serves the eastern and the southern part of the United States. Today it's headquartered in Georgia, Virginia, in Atlanta, and it operates approximately 19,000 routes, 90,000 route miles across 22 eastern states, serving paver ports, industrial hubs, and coal fields. Okay, it's huge. So always, if you see my videos, you probably have seen going behind my car, because I usually drive in the middle of the railway roads across Virginia. Okay, now let's talk about the Union Pacific Railroads. It was founded by President Abraham Lincoln. The founder also is the founder of the Republican Party via the Pacific Railway Act of 1862. This is before or after the Civil War. Remember, this week we are having July 4th celebration, so it's been a long time. The Union Pacific Railroad, which is also sounds cool. Union, it's part of the Union, sort of the federal government. The Union Pacific Railroad built the eastern half of the nation's first transcontinental railway road since its 1869 completion. It was grown into one of the North America's premier transportation networks, driving industrial westernward expansion and modern freight. Okay, so the entire expansion of California from the eastern part to central western to Midwest towards the western part was due thanks to Abraham Lincoln's expansion of the Union Pacific Railroads. Okay, the transcontinental era of 1862 to 1869, the charter signed into law on July 1st, 1862, the Pacific Railway Act authorized the Union Pacific to build westward from Council Bluffs, Iowa, to meet the Central Pacific Railroad, which was building eastward from Sacramento, California. Okay, the Golden Rush also was part of the reason why it was expanding, and etc. etc. So these two independent railroads, they went through major bankruptcies, right? Like for example, the Union Pacific went through bankruptcy in 1870 to 1879, 1870 to 1897. This is due to financial crisis as well. So this is then it came to emerge in 1980s, 2026. Obviously you have Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri Pacific Railroads and Western Pacific in 1882. That was an merger. Then you have the Missouri, Kansas, Texas in 1988. And then you have a massive merger with the Southern Pacific Railway in 1996. Okay. So why am I saying this? I'm saying this because these two major gigantic railroads, one serves the eastern and southern, northern serves the western part. They are trying to emerge and become one single railway belt. Now this is very important because these two are struggling to maintain. US has done a little to invest in this infrastructure, despite the fact that our own products that we buy are brought by these two major railroads. Now, why these railroads are struggling so much? Because in the part, for example, Amazon ships a lot of products, okay? But because they cannot rely, they have what they call Prime, which is like same-day shipping. They cannot rely on these railroads because these railroads are very, very slow. They have many accidents. So because they cannot rely on these railroads, Amazon have to use their own fast speed shipping, which is Air Amazon. They have their own aircrafts. Aircrafts are much bigger. And they operate on airports. Airports are maintained by the federal government, so they are well funded, well protected. So it turns out that, too many regulations, too many bureaucratic makes it harder for the US to expand the railroads across the country. So these railroads, they go bankruptcy. Also, it comes down to subsidies. Unlike the airlines, which 100% relies on self-funding, these railroads, they are funded by the government, so they are very bureaucratic, similar to Boeing, right? When the government is subsidizing these railroads, it becomes harder for them to eventually become success. Now, going back to emerging, if they emerge, they can prevent issues like, fundings, money. They can also prevent issues that are related to lawsuits. So instead of suing two companies, you sue one company. They will also have a lot of support. They will have a lot of individual lawyers advocating for two groups for one company. Now, personally, as I am even though I do support the industrial policy, I feel like when these industries are funded by the government, they become ineffective. So I feel like this company needs to go public and they cut the ties from the government funding, become more self-reliant. If that happens, then it's easy to compete and be more competitive, right? Because that means they can even more modernize. Because these railroads are still using steam, they are still using gasoline, which they should be using electric, right? So they are very outdated, bureaucratic, very bad, terrible build, right? So that's all I have to say. That's all I have to say. I think this is a good idea for these two to emerge, for financial reasons and for lobbying reasons. But they need to step away from depending on the government, focus more on asking for funding from the investors, all right? And that's what I have to say. That's what I have to say, that these two are going to emerge. Now, if they do emerge, we could see a huge improvements both in shippings. We could also see huge improvements in terms of like fast pace and also some major renovations. All right, and the government could also be more aware of it. Right, they could be more aware of it. They could be more, involved in it. Right, and because of too much money being put together, we could see collaborations between the investors and the government officials trying to come together to ensure that these companies, these two groups, are given enough funding, deregulation and they have improved to ensure that the supply chain is more efficient. That's all I have to say for this video. I didn't have anything to share, but when this came out to me, I realized that even though this could be my full-time job, it will be worth it to go out there and give these insights for free to people that we need this to emerge, and also think about how the best way it could transform the supply chain across the country. That's what I have to say. Thanks so much for watching. Like always, I hope that you find this video helpful, and if you have any questions, my LinkedIn is not active anymore, but you can always put in a chat. I can always check it out. Other than that, let me keep watching the game, or maybe I don't know if I should watch Morocco, because Morocco, I had it as a bad reputation in Africa, which I haven't dig deeper to see what's going on. I want to look up. I want to see, why do Africans hate Morocco? Why Africans hate Morocco football team? Because I was told that I was told that they have bad. I used to like Morocco, but I thought that it has a bad reputation. The tension between Moroccan national football team and many other African nations stems from a mix of regional politics, identity disputes, tournament controversies, and cultural resentment. The African team, the AFCON 2025 controversy. Resentment reached a fever pitch during the 2025 African Cup of Nations hosted in Morocco. The tournament was marred by allegations of political influence and tournaments rigging in Morocco's favor. Opponents, particularly Senegal, raised intense complaints regarding poor security, cancelled post-match conferences, and allegedly biased refereeing. To make matters worse, Morocco was awarded the tournament's Fair Play Award despite several unsportsmanlike incidents, including player caught taking towels from opposing teams, which infuriated rival fan bases. There's also an accusation of colorism and xenophobia. There are historical and social frictions between North African countries, including Morocco and sub-Saharan African nations. Many sub-Saharan fans have accused Moroccan society and football supporters of colorism and harboring prejudiced attitudes toward black Africans. These underlying tensions occasionally surface online or in stadium, fueling an us versus them mentality. Then there is jealousy and institutional power. Morocco has invested heavily in its football infrastructure. This is true. Their team is doing really good. That's why I have the team, because they are doing really good. In recent years, preparing the Atlas Lions to top tier FIFA rankings. Because they possess so much influence and modern infrastructure, there is a lingering perception that Morocco controls the Confederation of African Football, CAF. This dominancy generates significant jealousy and resentment among competing nations such as Nigeria, Senegal, and South Africa, who feel left behind. It's not Morocco's fault if Nigeria has poor infrastructure and South Africa and Senegal. But Morocco is a good country, and I understand why they are having this big of a deal, but people don't like Morocco for some reason. So anyway, I do think Morocco is a great country. I think they are hosting next year, so why not? And I have Moroccans. I met Moroccans in America. Each time I met Moroccans in America, they are very friendly. They are good people. We call each other brothers, right? So maybe it's me. Maybe it's me. Maybe I don't know about other people. Again, this is part of the West Africa versus like East Africa, which we don't really have issues with the Northerners. That being said, thanks for watching. Always, bye bye, ciao ciao, and have a good night. Take care, and see you tomorrow at AWS conference. Bye bye, ciao.